Did you know that the United States produces more potatoes than many countries combined? Every year, they cultivate over 24.7 million tons, which is equivalent to the weight of more than 4,000 cruise ships, or the total human population multiplied by 3 in potatoes. But how do they manage this? What's behind this agricultural feat that seems straight out of a science fiction movie? It's not just about land and hard work, it's a combination of cutting-edge technology, precise scientific planning, and a farming tradition that has been evolving for over 7,000 years. Today, we'll take you on a unique journey, from the volcanic soils of Idaho to the factories where potatoes are transformed into the products we consume every day without a second thought. You'll discover how they prepare the land like a surgical operation room, how each seed potato is treated like a precious gem, and how this humble tuber has become a global economic powerhouse. What you're about to see will make you look at potatoes in a whole new way. But before we begin, do something important: subscribe to ECO Green Farm and join this community that values the hard work behind every bite of food on our tables. Leave us a comment letting us know which part of the process surprises you the most. Give us a like if you learn something new, and share this video with others who love farming as much as you do. Your support not only drives this channel forward, it honors the thousands of farmers who grow the future with their own hands. The story of the potato begins in the high mountains of the Andes, where more than 7,000 years ago, pre-Columbian peoples discovered the hidden value of this wild tuber. With patience, they domesticated it, selecting the best varieties season after season, and over time, turned the potato into a sacred food. It wasn't just tough, nutritious, and capable of thriving in extreme conditions, it became essential for their survival. The potato wasn't just food, it was culture, heritage, and life itself. This ancestral legacy crossed oceans and centuries, reaching the hands of modern farmers. Today, the United States has taken that Andean inheritance and transformed it into a monumental industry, respecting its origins while applying the latest science and technology. Though the landscapes have changed, the principle remains the same: getting the best out of the earth to feed millions. It's incredible to think that a root born in snowy mountain ranges now sustains one of the most powerful agricultural economies on the planet. When we talk about large-scale potato production in the United States, there are 3 names that lead the agricultural map: Idaho, Washington, and Wisconsin. These regions not only have fertile soils and ideal climates, but they have also developed an agricultural culture focused 100% on efficiency and quality. In Idaho, for example, the volcanic soil, rich in minerals, allows for abundant harvests with large potatoes that have a high starch content perfect for frying. In Washington, the combination of technology and water from advanced irrigation systems ensures complete control over the crop. And in Wisconsin, the research and development of new disease-resistant potato varieties have made potatoes a key source of income for thousands of families. Each state contributes something unique: different climates, potato varieties adapted to each region, and specialized agricultural practices. This diverse ecosystem within a single country is what allows the United States to surpass the production of many other countries combined. Here, nothing is left to chance. Every hectare is calculated, every irrigation measured, and every seed selected with surgical precision. The potato is treated as a strategic resource, which is why these regions have become true titans of agriculture. Before a single potato touches the ground, farmers spend weeks preparing the soil as if it were an agricultural operating room. The process begins with tillage, which not only removes weeds but also mixes the remains of previous crops to return nutrients to the soil. Next, detailed soil analyses are conducted, evaluating its pH, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium levels. Everything must be exact. A soil pH between 5 and 6 is ideal for the plant to grow strong and healthy. This level of precision is crucial to achieving the astronomical production figures that we'll see later. In states like Idaho, farmers apply fertilizers and soil amendments with systems that look like they've come straight out of a laboratory. Tractors equipped with GPS distribute nutrients in a controlled manner, meter by meter, achieving a perfect balance. Nothing is wasted, and contamination is avoided. What used to be manual labor, done by eye, is now science applied to agriculture. The field. This step is not just a technical matter, it's almost an act of faith. Preparing the soil carefully is trusting nature, that if treated well, it will respond with abundance. The production of millions of tons of potatoes begins with something very simple but powerful: selecting the seed potatoes. Unlike other crops, potatoes are not planted with conventional seeds but with pieces of tubers that have eyes, meaning the shoots that will give rise to a new plant. In the United States, this process is carried out with impressive precision. The seed potatoes are selected as if they were precious gems. They are examined one by one, sorted by size, and carefully cut, ensuring that each piece contains at least one healthy shoot. In regions like Wisconsin, varieties resistant to diseases, such as late blight, which is a common threat on large expanses, are preferred. These seed potatoes are true genetic packages, designed to thrive under specific conditions. Once ready, they are stored and transported under strict controls of temperature and humidity. From this small piece of potato, the entire harvest depends. Therefore, the level of care in handling them is very high. This is where tradition and science meet, taking the first step towards colossal production. Planting potatoes in the United States is a spectacle of coordination, advanced machinery, and absolute accuracy. What was once a manual process done with hose and hands weathered by the sun, is now done with smart tractors, guided by GPS. These machines create perfect furrows, with a depth of 10 to 15 centimeters, placing each seed potato 30 to 40 centimeters apart. This design is not random. It allows each plant enough space to grow without competing for light, water, or nutrients. In just one day, a modern machine can plant what used to take weeks. These machines adjust speed and depth in real time, adapting to the ground conditions. It is a mechanical ballet on Earth. The farmer, from the cabin, monitors everything as if they are piloting an agricultural spacecraft. This level of efficiency not only saves time and money, but also ensures uniformity in the crop, which then translates into millions of tons of perfect potatoes. This is how a record harvest begins. After being planted, the potatoes enter a very important stage: constant care. This is where precision irrigation technology plays a key role. In dry areas like Washington, every drop of water counts. That's why drip or sprinkler irrigation systems are used to deliver water directly to the roots of each plant, preventing waste and ensuring that the conditions are always optimal. Farmers calculate each watering application with exact formulas, as if they were scientists working in an open greenhouse. In addition to water, they also have to deal with invisible but deadly enemies, pests and diseases. Pests like the Colorado potato beetle or diseases like late blight can destroy hectares if not detected in time. To fight them, farmers use integrated strategies such as crop rotation, digital pest monitoring, and selective pesticides, protecting the crop without harming the ecosystem. It's a delicate balance, an art of silent vigilance that lasts for months. Every green leaf in the field represents a battle won in the fight for the perfect harvest. After 90 to 120 days of intensive care, the potatoes are ready to be harvested. This moment is a blend of brute force and delicacy. The modern harvesters move across the fields like steel beasts, digging into the earth with surgical precision. Equipped with vibrators and screens, these machines lift the potatoes without damaging them, separating stones and debris. In a few hours, they can collect what hundreds of people would take days to achieve. It's the culmination of months of work and planning, but not everything is automation. Behind each machine is a trained operator who constantly adjusts the speed, depth, and working angle. Every potato that emerges from the soil is the result of hundreds of technical decisions made with precision. What was once a scene of hands pulling tubers under the sun is now a choreography of agricultural engineering. Still, the respect for the process remains intact. Every load that leaves the field is celebrated as a collective achievement. Here, it's not just potatoes that are harvested, but also pride, tradition, and future. Once harvested, the potatoes don't go directly to your plate. First, they undergo a rigorous sorting process where machines and people work together to separate them by size, quality, and destination. The largest and most perfect ones are packed for supermarkets. The other potatoes are sent to factories where they will be transformed into French fries, mashed potatoes, or frozen products. This process ensures that each potato has a purpose and that none go to waste. In processing plants such as those in Idaho or Washington, hundreds of tons are transformed every day. Conveyor belts, optical sensors, automatic knives, and industrial ovens work tirelessly to meet the demands of millions of consumers. Everything is done with hygiene and quality controls that are almost clinical. From the moment the potatoes leave the field until they arrive at your table, they are handled with a combination of technology, human experience, and industrial precision. Each bite of a French fry has a story of farming, science, and agricultural passion behind it. Behind every potato that reaches your table, there is much more than soil and machinery. There is a legacy of over 7,000 years that combines modern science with the honest sweat of thousands of farmers. This humble tuber, born in the heights of the Andes and perfected in the fields of the United States, reflects what we are capable of achieving when tradition and technology walk hand in hand. Every furrow plowed, every seed planted, and every harvest lifted is a promise fulfilled to feed the world with respect and wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel ECO Green Farm, leave a comment sharing which part of the process impressed you most, like if you learned something new, and share this video with friends or family who love agriculture as much as you. Your support helps us continue creating content that honors those who are growing the future. See you in the next video. Cassava, scientifically known as Manihot esculenta, is a tropical crop of high nutritional and economic value. It originates from South America and is now cultivated in more than 100 countries. Cassava roots contain approximately 60 to 65% water, 30 to 35% carbohydrates, and small amounts of protein and fiber. Its production cycle ranges from 8 to 12 months, depending on the variety and climate, and it can adapt to poor soils as long as they offer good drainage. Globally, more than 300 million tons of cassava are produced each year, with Nigeria, Thailand, and Brazil being the leading producers. In this documentary, we'll show how wealth is generated from cassava farming, from land preparation to the commercialization of the final product. Before continuing this agro-industrial journey, we invite you to subscribe to the Asia Se Cultiva channel, activate the notification bell, and leave a like if you're passionate about the agricultural world. Share this content with those who value the work of farmers, and leave your comment to recognize the effort of thousands of growers who work the land with passion and wisdom. This channel is dedicated to highlighting their work, and your support helps their stories reach further. The journey begins with land preparation, a crucial step to ensure a successful harvest. A plot is selected with good sunlight exposure, free from waterlogging, and with sandy loam soil, ideal for root development. The land is cleared of weeds and organic debris, then plowed deeply to improve aeration and drainage. This process also helps break up compacted soil layers that could hinder underground root growth. Next, the land is harrowed to level the surface and break up remaining clumps. Then, furrows, known in some regions as raised beds, are laid out with a spacing of between 1 and 1.2 meters. These furrows allow for orderly crop development, facilitate weed control, and improve the distribution of water and fertilizers. Additionally, they help prevent soil erosion and optimize both manual and mechanical harvesting. With the land ready, it's time to select the cuttings or planting stakes. These are obtained from healthy, high-yielding mother plants free from diseases. Cuttings are made into pieces measuring 20 to 30 centimeters in length, each containing at least 5 to 7 visible buds. The cuts must be clean, using disinfected blades or specialized machines to prevent the spread of pathogens. Each cutting undergoes a hydration process before being planted. Planting can be done manually or with semi-automatic planters, placing the cuttings either vertically or slightly inclined at a depth of 10 to 15 centimeters. It's essential to ensure direct contact with the soil to promote root and shoot development. Afterward, the cuttings are covered with loose soil, making sure the top end remains visible or lightly buried. This technique improves survival rates and boosts the plant's initial vigor. During the first weeks, irrigation is crucial for the success of the crop. Although cassava is drought tolerant, a consistent water supply in the early stages encourages faster and more uniform growth. Depending on the farm's infrastructure, either drip or sprinkler irrigation systems are used, always avoiding excess moisture that could lead to root rot. Weed control is especially important during the first 3 months. This can be done through manual weeding, mechanical means, or the selective use of herbicides, always ensuring that cassava growth is not affected. Covering the soil with plant residues also helps suppress weeds, conserve moisture, and improve soil structure over time. As for fertilization, a balanced mix of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is applied. Nitrogen promotes foliage development, phosphorus stimulates root formation, and potassium improves the quality of the tubers. Fertilization is carried out in 2 or 3 stages, depending on soil analysis and climate conditions. In tropical areas, it's complemented with applications of boron, zinc, and magnesium. Cassava begins to form thickened storage roots from the 3rd month. These roots grow and store starch, which is the crop's main commercial component. During this stage, crop conditions are carefully monitored, and soil samples are taken to adjust nutritional management. Phytosanitary surveillance is also essential to prevent losses from pests like the cassava weevil or diseases such as bacterial blight. Around the 8th or 9th month, the lower leaves begin to yellow, a clear sign that the tubers are ready for harvest. Harvesting can be done manually using shovels or hoes, or with specialized machinery that reduces labor and speeds up the process. The roots are carefully extracted to avoid damage, preserving their commercial value. Once harvested, cassava must be processed or marketed quickly due to its high post-harvest deterioration rate. In many cases, it's transported within 24 hours to processing plants where it's converted into flour, starch, pearls, or chips. It can also be frozen or vacuum-packed for export, increasing its shelf life and added value. Cassava is not only used as food, it also plays an important role in the textile, pharmaceutical, and bioplastics industries, thanks to the starch it contains. This component can be transformed into biofuels, adhesives, or biodegradable materials, creating new business opportunities for farmers seeking to diversify their income and access more sustainable markets. Cassava farming generates employment at every stage, from land preparation, planting, and agronomic management to harvesting and processing. In rural areas, it represents a vital source of income for thousands of families. Its resilience to climate challenges also makes it a strategic crop in the fight against food insecurity and climate change. Scientific research has made it possible to develop improved cassava varieties with higher yields, greater pest resistance, and enhanced nutritional value. Institutions such as the CIA and IIC collaborate with governments and communities to promote sustainable production through training, clean technologies, and access to international markets. In countries like Colombia, Nigeria, and Thailand, agro-industrial clusters have formed around cassava, integrating producers, processors, and distributors. These models foster rural development, credit access, and innovation, enhancing the sector's competitiveness and creating value across the entire production chain. Cassava symbolizes the connection between tradition and modernity in agriculture. Its cultivation tells a story of resilience, ingenuity, and hope from indigenous communities who domesticated it thousands of years ago to agro-industrial companies exporting premium quality starch today. Cassava continues to play a starring role in the global food landscape. So, if you've ever tasted cassava bread, tapioca, or cassave, you've savored centuries of history condensed into a humble yet powerful tuber. And if you're a grower or agricultural enthusiast, remember that at ACS Cultiva, we reveal the soul behind every crop. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of cassava. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with other agro lovers, and comment to celebrate the magic of planting and harvesting together. See you in the next one.